you ever heard of Dose of Society? I've watched so many of their videos and flippin' love these guys. I even refer to them in my book. Not like I've got millions of readers. It doesn't matter. That's just how much I like what they do. They go up to people on the street and they ask these questions, and then you hear responses like, you look at these young kids and older people and you would never guess that they would respond the way they do. And all of a sudden, I feel connected to a total stranger out in the UK. It's a great, great concept. They take this whole idea of beautiful storytelling and do it for brands. Why? Because they are Gen Z and millennials, and they're helping these companies to connect to them through storytelling. Because really, isn't that been how we connect? When you go out on a date, what do? You tell your story to connect. Their website has a beautiful sentence I want to share with you. It says, "Join us on our journey as we continue to redefine storytelling and inspire a brighter, more connected society." That's what I want. A brighter, more connected society. My whole goal is get people connected to how they feel inside so that they can connect better with the world. These brilliant people went and created the most awesome card game. It's called Dare to Share. They take what they did out on the streets of, I'm assuming, London, and they created this game. You see, there's a bunch of cards in each little bucket, green, orange, and red. And in them are the questions that you can ask somebody, or you can get 2 to 6 players, and you just try to get the most points. And it's a really brilliant because you get to know and connect with your friends or whomever you're playing with, co-workers, it doesn't matter. Asking these questions helps to create more connectedness. So I thought to myself, brilliant, brilliant. I'm going to use this not only to help you get more connected to me, but I'm going to show you how you can use these questions to help you to get more connected to yourself. My husband, by the way, who is a huge introvert, I will just pop one out and just ask him a question. I don't even think he knows that I'm pulling it out of the box of cards, and I'll ask him. And then he'll come up with an answer, or he's like, "Oh, I'm not sure." And then we'll talk about, well, what is self-esteem then to you? Like, what do you think? He's like, "I don't know." And so then we'll have a conversation about it. And I would say it's helping to draw us closer because these are real meaningful questions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be pulling cards, a card, and I'm going to start with a green one, and then I'm going to go to orange, and then I'm going to go to red. And I'm going to do one video per card. I'll always refer back to this video as to what and why I'm doing it. This will be my explainer video, and I'm going to pull a green one. I haven't looked at it yet, so I'm just pulling randomly. I'm just going to pull it from the middle. And ta-da! My first dare to share is, what's the most meaningful compliment that you've ever received? My most meaningful compliment. Gosh, you know what? I'm really bad at taking compliments. It's very, very hard for me. But the most meaningful, wow, you know what? This is difficult. And so this is a sign, right? Like, so this is me looking at myself thinking, okay, Kim, you haven't remembered compliments because it's hard for you to take them. But actually, I've just remembered it. I just remembered my most meaningful compliment. I had hired a coach. His name was Ajit Dadani, and he said that I was one of the most self-aware people that he'd ever known, and that my awareness levels were very high. And that meant so much to me, so flippin' much to me. And I'll tell you why. Because I wasn't self-aware. In fact, I lived in some bubble world of reality that wasn't even close to real life, like because of things that had happened in my childhood. If you didn't know, I was sexually abused as a very young girl, and my mom was an alcoholic. She died of alcoholism, and I didn't have a dose of reality. I did not. Reality was very hard. And reality hit me really hard when I got divorced. First, when my mom died of alcoholism, that started it. But my divorce was hardcore because I was seriously not living in reality at many points in my marriage, my first marriage. So I went and worked hard on it, and which is why I wrote this book. I wrote the book that I promote, and I try and help people to get more aware and higher levels of consciousness. And so, yeah, that was absolutely the biggest compliment I could ever have gotten, because it was a testament to all of my hard work and the fact that I think I had made it. I had made it to a point that I didn't think I would get to. So I was I was flippin' excited over that, and I'm still excited about it right now. The second part of these videos is going to be your turn. I want you to answer out loud to yourself, and if you want to do this with someone else in the room, that's fine. If you're not comfortable and you want to do this by yourself, do it in the shower, do it in the car, walking by yourself, but it needs to be out loud. It's because you're hearing yourself speak. You're using your senses, and sometimes it doesn't sound right, but it's you. It's coming from you. When you read something, it's not the same as when you read it out loud. When I wrote my book, the whole book felt different, and I changed things after I read it out loud. Now it's your turn. What is the most meaningful compliment you've ever received? After you've answered that question, I want you to identify where you feel it in your body and the emotion that that compliment produced. I was just so excited about that compliment I received from Ajit. I was elated. I was excited again, and I had a sense of accomplishment. So really, I would say I was feeling vindicated. No, vindicated's not the word. I was feeling victorious. Yes, like I had just won a race. I had just won a prize. I felt like I was on top of the world, and I felt it throughout my whole body, but my heart especially felt very light. And, there was a tingling, a little excitement, a little energy that was just bursting through my body. And that was just from remembering what he said. So tell me, or tell yourself, what emotion did you feel when you answered that question? And where did you feel it in your body? Connecting it in your body is called interoceptive awareness. And the more we're aware of how we feel in our body in different emotional states is a really good thing. These videos are going to be twofold. Well, I'm going to say threefold. I'm going to be promoting a group that I really like, and you can go to the Dare to Share website to purchase the game. And I'm going to put links in all of my videos. Secondly, you get to know me better. You're going to learn about me and connect with me, because if you were to work with me or even want to have anything to do with my book or anything I have to say, isn't it nice that you get to know me? So you're going to get to know me. And then by answering the questions yourself, hopefully this practice of paying attention to the feeling that gets produced and where you feel it in your body and what were the circumstances in which you felt that compliment, right? What was going on? Those are the ingredients. The recipe that gets produced is the emotion that you feel at that time. And where you feel it in your body is how your body communicates that feeling to you. This is why interoceptive awareness is so important, because that's your body's communication. And if you don't know where you feel it in your body, and if you have a hard time with knowing what that emotion is, don't worry about it. That's why I'm here. This is what I'm trying to help people get to know and understand, is that sensory system. And you know what? It's like anything. It's a skill. It's a practice. It's something that you can develop and hone, and just makes you I honestly feel a happier and healthier human. In fact, there's some studies and science to say that that's true. So this is number one down. Try it out, and please let me know how it works for you. I'm going to put together a website to store these so that you don't have to look throughout my social media. I just came up with that idea right now, so I'm going to have to figure that out. But I will let you know once that happens. But dare to share, people. Dare to share. And the biggest dare is to share with yourself. This is Kim saying thank you.
Dare to Share is owned and copyrighted by Dose of Society. To purchase the card game, go to dare2share.shop. Please note that I do not receive any compensation for promoting this game. I do it because I love it.